everybody? Grady Polson here, Family First Life America Agency Call. Happy to have you guys all on here with us. I'm up in Reno today helping open a new office, big focus this year, 2021. And I ran into President and CEO Shawn Meaike, and he wanted to jump on and say hi to everybody since we had a record submit 871,000, which is 171,000 over our greatest previous submit week. 31 new agents, 239 total agents made money last week. So without further ado, Shawn, they'd love to hear kind of what your focus is.
Distracted by the comments. I lose my mind real quick. All right. So first of all, that's a big week. So congratulations. I mean, 171 grand above what you're doing before is huge. One of the things that you have to understand from a Family First Life perspective is we're trying to help you win. You're trying to help everybody win. Yeah, we are trying to help everybody win, but we're very focused on trying to help where the people are growing is where we pour our energy in. So what we talk about, what we promote, what we do throughout our trainings, like the event in Phoenix, you could have 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people there. The next biggest event is got a 2,000 person capacity. So at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it's a matter of what's happening right now, Grady, and me watching from afar, right, is, starting to understand leads. I think Andrew grabbed a hold of Facebook leads a couple of years ago, and he said, these work and let's go. I think we're getting less of this, like, well, I got agents started and there's no leads in my area. It's like, okay, what does your area actually mean? See, my area in Connecticut was the entire country because my job sucked and I had no money. So my area was not Connecticut, Mass, Rhode Island, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont. It was Maryland, Pennsylvania, freaking Tennessee, North Carolina. It was everywhere I could go because I'm an adult and my job sucked. I wasn't leaving a job making $746,000 a year. I was leaving a job making 60. And then making 80 working a ton of overtime. So at the end of the day, it's what y'all are doing recruiting wise. Now, here's the magic though, is how do you continue to do that and get people to understand this isn't difficult. Go sell 30, 40 grand a month if you need the money. I need the money. Okay, go sell 30, 40,000 dollars a month. Invest back in your business. The struggle is everybody thinks like after this is hard to say, and I don't want to, if after 6 months and you've paid yourself, you're paying your bills, you're living your life, you're doing all that, you've put the majority of your money back in the business, you're probably heading in the right direction. And it's hard to understand. We didn't make money for 3.5 years as a company. We didn't sit around and go like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We just understood that we believed in what we were doing. And the other thing is, if you hire me and you don't put money back in, like you don't invest in staff and office space and doing all that with leads, then guess what? I'm not going to believe in it. You're telling me you don't believe in it. You don't have to sit me down and say, I don't believe in it. You're literally not putting your money back in. And then you're wondering why I'm not doing it, or your time. You have to work your ass off. That's what inspires people. Work more than they think they can work. Because the average person, I don't mean average as a human being, I mean the average working person does 20, 30, 40 grand a month, hours a week, right? 20 hours, 30 hours, like, oh my God. And then they lack the consistency. This is all about consistency. So now your 870 should be at $1 million, $1.5 million too. Matter of fact, what I was saying to Trey earlier is you need to start thinking about, like we were doing $100 million not that long ago as a company. We should have 3 or 4 or 5 agencies next year do 100 million. You should be thinking about how can you be as big as the company. That's always said to Andrew, like, why are you not thinking about how am I going to be 3, 4, 5 years behind Family First Life? You should be as big as we are because we're going to be the biggest entity that ever existed in this industry, period. End of story. It's not even going to be close. But as we continue to win, I want to win. And I don't grow weary in well-doing. Like I never do athletically. I was telling somebody the other day, my son sent this picture to me when I started coaching the basketball team. And like we'd win by 70 or 80. We tried to score 100 points all the time. And we didn't want anybody to come back. And when people go like, why don't you stop pressing? I'd be like, why don't you learn how to break it? Matter of fact, if you learn how to break it, I'll stop doing it. Until you learn how to break it, I'm going to press until you bleed from your ears. And if we win by 100, win by 100. Because this isn't like recreation sports. Get better. And for us, there's never a big enough lead for you. And again, at the end of the day, if it's about helping other people, which I think is what's happening with you guys, the excitement, because you can see when somebody posts and they're excited about making money, or they post and they're excited about somebody else making money. I'm not that excited about, like, the money's fine. But what really gets me excited, I can promise you that I was 10 times happier and more excited when Andrew got his deal than when I got mine. I'm just being honest. There was different motivation for him. I'm not that deep. I wanted to have the ability to build capital in the company. We can only grow so much. I'm trying to like read all these things. They distract me. I'm glad they're on there. It's my fault. It's not your fault. Like, I'm just like, I have to say, but I really think that when I started seeing what it could do for other people, Ed Terrell said to me the other day, based on the numbers, I said we should have 29 additional partners in 2021. He said we have 45 people that are on track. 45, meaning you get your net income to 350, 400 grand a year outside of your personal sales. And then you'll be moving to 758, $1 million a month, right? Like that's where you're going to be. And you're going to put yourself in a place where you can do the exact same thing. And it doesn't matter. But one of the things that you have to learn, and we learned really well, like when I left Connecticut, I wasn't worried about the staff. I've never micromanaged them. I've allowed them to make mistakes. I've allowed them to go do those things. A lot of you, and you're getting better, but some of you think like, I always laugh when people are like, well, I'm going to reach out to my agents. I'm like, okay, they're not yours. Like, that's weird. You hired them. Congratulations. But I can tell you what, if you bothered me, I told you this a long time ago, if you stalked me and micromanaged me, we'd have a problem. I'm an adult. Leave me alone. If I need help, I will seek it out from you. But if I didn't ask, leave me alone. Because you can only help so many people that way. You can't be that bored. I used to tell Mark Mead, find some more people, right? Like when he came out of the field, I'm like, dude, you're driving everybody crazy. Find more people. They know what they're doing. And if they don't and they're not doing it, they know what they're supposed to do. I told the guy the other day, he goes, well, I don't know what to do. I go, you've been here 7 years. You know what to do. But what you want me to do is talk to you and act like you don't know what to do. And then it makes me feel like I'm managing you. And you manipulate me into wasting my time to help. You know what to do. Work harder. Hire more people. Put more money back into your business. None of this is complicated. If anybody that works here has taught you that they're special, they lied to you. You think I would have launched this company if it was complicated to replicate? I like businesses that are simple. Life insurance, waste management, weed. They're not complicated. Like I like stuff like that. Everybody's got to have it and it's not hard to move it. It's not. So at the end of the day, as you guys are doing this, you have to start thinking about if I can give everything I have in 21. If 2021, I can work harder than I've ever worked in my life, you will be in the exact same position as Dave Wichert is. Anybody on here that's selling full-time could do 40 grand a month. Minimally could do your 33 to get to Hall of Fame. So everybody that's a producer, that's a full-time producer that needs the money can be Hall of Fame. No doubt about it. Everybody could also be a Hall of Fame manager, 10 million a year. We have people going to $1 million a month. I got a guy in Florida who just finished just at 500 grand 3 months in. They issued $500,000 of life premium 90 days in. They recruit every day, all day. They're all over social media like y'all are. They're focused, but you know what they're doing? They're not micromanaging people. Some of you are your own worst enemy because you're like literally creating your own dead end. And I think that you want people to grow, let them grow. You want them to figure stuff out, figure it out. So a baseball coach said, I'm like, dude, why do you leave the guys out there that long? He's like, so figure it out. We're not going to win the game anyway, or we're up by so much, doesn't matter. I want him to learn a lesson. And I was like, dude, I don't like it when you did it to me. Because if you're a baseball guy, it's like when the kid starts looking at the dugout, like he wants you to come get him. And I'm like, dude, stop looking at me. Stop. I'm not taking you out. Stop looking at me. Get somebody out. Let people move through the struggle because they learn more than they do without it. And I think that's the magic because you can only do so much. Do you have staff? Do you have a social media marketing person? Do you have a recruiter? How hard are you working? What are they doing? Some of the stuff I'm seeing you guys do is amazing. Like it's unbelievable from the social. And I tell myself, I'm like, dude, why aren't y'all doing this? Like, what I got to tell you that for? That's people sending me stuff like, why don't you do this to your videos? I'm like, you're right. We should be doing that to our videos. We're watching a lot of the stuff you're doing. You have to put in the work though. And if you want an extraordinary, result, you have to have an extraordinary work ethic. And part of it doesn't mean, people are like, well, I don't want to hang out with my friends anymore. You hang out with anybody you want. Just don't waste your time with them. Don't listen to a damn word they say. Nobody's saying not to be friends with people. But why are you trying to live the life that you didn't like before? So congratulations, it's a big week. $1 million should be your goal next week. Know that you have the writers to do it. Our average agent's doing 10 grand a month. 100 writing agents that are doing average production is $1 million a month. $1 million. $1 million a month at 10 points is 100 grand. 550. I'm going to bonus you 20, 30 grand on that. You're going to be making yourself $600,000, $700,000. I mean, the numbers get ridiculous. Yeah. And now all of a sudden you start thinking about making $1 million. You're staffing your office. We're starting to do some new stuff office-wise and helping people really understand we're going to take this next step. That's what we're doing here in Reno. You know, we're open we're opening them all over the country. And we've never, ever, ever let up. And we're not going to either. So Brian Adams from Integrity says, like, how many offices are you going to buy? I said, as many as I can. Because I love borrowing money. Like, I'm a big fan of it. Y'all want to lend it to me? I will borrow it under 2% now because interest rates are so low. Used to be under 5, then went to 3. You under 2%, any of you want to lend me money under 2%, I'll take as much as you want. I'll have my attorney draw it up. I'm not afraid to go in debt. We went into debt to build the company. Now we're taking on debt, going in debt to take it to $1 billion. And we're not remote because we believe in it. But we believe in it so much, we just need you to understand that. So I'm really proud of you. I mean, I'm really happy with what you guys are doing, but I'm telling you, you're all independent, go to work. And if anybody's in your way, keep it moving. I'm so amazed when people are like, well, this person's doing this. I'm like, why are you even talking to me about that? So what? So I was dealing with Mark and those guys early on in mine and my staff. Yeah, I'll leave real quick. I'll tell you a story about Corinne Bowles in my convention the first time. What happened? So she was negotiating, no, second year. I said, you have to negotiate the contract. I don't have time. I can't negotiate it. She's going through it all. And she's like, I need you to look at it. I'm like, you don't need me to look at it. You saw me do it last year, negotiate it. We get down to the convention. It comes to my office. She's in tears. And she's like, I want to talk to you. I need to be accountable. I made a big mistake. Okay, what happened? I agreed to something I shouldn't have. We owe the hotel $75,000. I said, well, we don't have $75,000. We don't owe them $75,000. I ain't paid them $75,000. She goes, oh, I know. Thank God. Can you talk to them? I said, no, you talk to them. And I want you to say this and this and this and this and this. Explain to them what happened, where we're at, what they're not going to get from us, and why. And I need you to negotiate this thing down as low as you can possibly get it. Then I'll get involved. She got it down to 20 grand. And I could have gotten involved and got down enough, and I could have not paid it. But it cost me $20,000. But when she, like a year later, was like, that taught me the biggest, I was uncomfortable. I made a mistake. I learned from it. I was able to help fix it. And you want people to grow, let them go. What you're doing with production, like I've seen some of your awesome, do that, please. Help them in the field, do all that by all means. But at the end of the day, Grady, when you had fewer agents, you were worried about what everybody's doing. What are you doing? You dialing? You out? But now you have so many agents. It's just like, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. I'm here for you. I want to help you. And I promise you that as integrity grows, the biggest fear I would have is fear of loss. Is it going to be, are we going to have the opportunity forever? We have it now. I don't know the answer to that. Yes, no, 5 years, 2 years, 10 years. I don't know, but you have the opportunity now. 5-year plans are for losers. I knew that in like high school. What's your 5-year plan? I'm like, I'm an adult. I'm not a loser. My plan is to win today. 5-year plans are, I don't want to win right now. I'm lazy. I like to procrastinate. I'm really not interested in winning. And let me talk to you. And by the way, you're my teacher. What the hell are you about 5-year plans? Stop asking about 5-year plan. What's your plan today? What are you going to do in 21? Can you get to $1 million a month? Can you get to 100 writers? What can you do? And y'all can do whatever you want to do. And Phoenix is going to be huge. I mean, it's going to be lights out. Like, we're going to crush that thing. So I really wanted to still do it in LA, but every once in a while you got to look around and see there's 75 automatic weapons pointed at you and you have nothing but a butter knife. And you're like, all right, I'm coming back tomorrow though with a flamethrower and grenades and an RPG. So it's all yours, Grady. So appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you, Shawn.
Thank you guys. Good work.